What's up, Jags fans? This is Jersey Jaguar here, bringing you a car video because it's been a while, so why not? We have a lot to talk about. I don't even really know what to title this video. I don't really even know where to begin. There's so much going on. 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks now before kickoff of week 1 against the Colts. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll get into a little bit of what happened Saturday against the Detroit Lions, what there was to observe. And none of the starters played. Nothing of super importance happened, but Tank Bigsby is going to be a good football player. Him and ETN are going to tear it up in the backfield. That I'm pretty much confident of, considering Tank Bigsby was doing the stuff that he was doing, and with guys blocking for him that most of them won't even make the team. Very impressive stuff from Tank Bigsby. Parker Washington made a good play. Parker Washington had a touchdown. I do definitely think he's going to factor into the offense. Gregory Jr. continues to step up. He's definitely making the 53, which is awesome, because for a dude to come out of Wichita Baptist or whatever, such a small school, and for him to make an NFL roster, and actually, it looks like he might actually make an impact in our secondary throughout the season. Like, that's awesome to see. So a couple small takeaways. I guess one thing before I step away from that, every single year, us Jaguar fans, we fall in love with one guy during the preseason, and then halfway through the first quarter of week 1, we forget all about him. Like, it happens every year, and Jaguar Twitter is blowing up about this guy. Nathan Rourke will never make an impact on this team. It is what it is. I think he'll make the practice squad because he's made too many plays not to. But at the end of the day, CJ Beathard is the veteran. Now, does CJ Beathard stink? Yes, he does. He does stink. But he's the veteran. He's probably the guy that Trevor, at least his rookie year, was, getting mentored from. That's the guy that they're not paying NFL minimum to. They actually have him onto a decent little veteran contract. CJ Beathard's quarterback too. And you know what? It means nothing. Because Trevor Lawrence, when that game against Detroit in the regular season last year, if Trevor didn't break his knee and snap his ACL and MCL and every other CLs, is Trevor ever going to really get hurt? I might say, can it happen? Obviously, yes. But I think the Jaguars are fine. We should stop spending time tweeting about the backup quarterback. It's awesome that that's the state that we're in, where we're concerned about who's going to be the backup, and that's like a top priority of like arguments on Twitter. That's pretty awesome. But guys, once we're up, once we're killing the Colts week 1, who cares? Who cares who's backing Trevor up? So that's all I want to say about that. Again, like I said in the beginning of this video, there's just so much to dive into that I'm not even really sure where to begin. A lot of injuries. Foley Fatukasi is hurt again. Apparently he will be able to participate in practice today, but he's not playing against the Dolphins, which, I guess that's good. At least he'll be participating probably in a limited manner today. Devon Hamilton, I don't know what's going on there. He was fine, and then we heard he was in a walking boot, and then we heard, that was just a precautionary thing. He's out of the walking boot, and he has some non-football related back injury, and he's out indefinitely. What does that mean? Like, was he in a car accident? Did he jack his back up? Like, did his neighbor's dog, like, jump him and tear his back up or something? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means. So the Jaguars are loaded with injuries. Ben Barch, although I do think he is slowly making his way back. But that Devon Hamilton injury, it messes a lot of things up. I feel like, because he was having a great camp. And he's a big piece to our defense. I mean, I think you can argue outside of Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker, and Tyson Campbell, he would be number 4 for most important player on the defense. So, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, by week 1, he's able to come out there. But we'll see. I guess we'll just keep refreshing Twitter nonstop or X, whatever it's called, until we get an update. Doug Peterson says that starters will play probably the first half against the Miami Dolphins this Saturday, which is cool. I used to get so much more invested in preseason, but anymore, you guys, it's hard because, like, for instance, I think the defenses look pretty good this preseason. Defense could be horrible in the regular season. It's just, it's hard. There's no real game planning. It's hard anymore to get a real idea. Like, remember in 2017, we couldn't rush the passer at all. And then, Saxonville was born. Well, it's hard for me to kind of come on here now. Individual performances, like what I said, Tank Bigsby, Gregory Jr. has stood out. I think Parker Washington is he's going to factor into this offense. I think he'll be wide receiver 4 at least by the end of the season. Like I said, you can look at individual performances, but as far as like gauging as a team, I mean, yes, it looks better that our backups are beating other teams' backups, because I'm so used to justifying like, oh, well, it's just preseason, that's why we lost, 50-0. So it is a good feeling that at least we're heading in that type of direction, but it's hard to make these preview videos about preseason because, if Trevor goes out there and throws 5 picks, it doesn't mean anything, because he could still, drop 30 on the Colts week 1. So, but nonetheless, it's awesome that we will actually get to see a full half of Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, ETN, that whole offense out there. That'll be awesome to see. Hopefully the defense, like, I want to see Trayvon Walker make plays. I know Steve Smith was there observing our camp for a week, and on his podcast or whatever said Trayvon Walker wowed him or whatever, but that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I want to see Trayvon Walker consistently beat the other team's tackle. I want to see Trayvon Walker in the backfield using pass rush moves. Took this dude first overall. Like, make it happen. Trying to think. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to get into. I'm drawing a blank. But pretty much just wanted to come on, talk about, the Lions game. Obviously, it's awesome that we won in convincing fashion, because that does show that our backups are better than another team's backups, which has been a while since we've been able to say that. Tank Bigsby looks good, and Parker Washington looks good. And, of all the players that we drafted, 12 players back in April, it's cool to see that the Jaguars might actually get some return on some of them. That's pretty much all I got, you guys. I'm just coming on here, talking about the Jags, talking about injuries. The Jaguars are swarmed with injuries, but we are still a few weeks away. So hopefully by the time we kick off against the Colts in week 1, that everyone will be healthy, everyone will be happy, and we can go and start off the season 1-0 and beat the Colts by 50. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. Go Jags, and man, I'm counting down the days till kickoff. I know you guys are too. Let me know down in the comments. Just what are your thoughts of the preseason so far? What'd you think of the game against the Lions? What do you guys think about all the injuries? Just anything else you want to talk about with me, let me know down in the comments.